Alrighty folks, welcome back. Time for our little update, and I'm gonna start off this episode with this greenhouse again, guys. Gonna take a little walk inside. So big difference from the last time I did a video. Like I said, everything is now fully packed in here. And I'm probably gonna pack some more stuff down here too, guys, because I'm trying to get every single tree that I feel like it's gonna get damaged in here. I'm hoping by Thursday, because we are predicting, or the weatherman is predicting, that it is going to get I believe it's he said that's going to be in the 30s, low 30s. But the last time, you know, any weatherman says that's going to be in the low 30s, it always end up being in the mid, 20s. So it's going to be freezing, guys. So I have all of my precious babies in here already. I'm not completely done yet. I still have to string some of these Christmas light to keep them warm. But yeah, if you're planning to use these Christmas lights, just remember, guys, that you have to use the non LED one, because if it's not if it's LED, it's just going to it's not going to give out any warmth. So it has to be incandescent, not the LED type. But yeah, guys, one last look at this cool greenhouse. I'm thinking this is gonna be good enough for them. Step out here. I'm gonna give y'all another look before Friday, when everything's gonna be turned into brown and dead. And then over here, guys, that's my fig collection right there. Most of these are just cuttings that I got from everyone from trade. But yeah, hopefully I'll collect enough of them to make another video for you guys about figs. I'm not very good at growing figs yet, but so far everyone has been telling me to grow them in containers. So that's what I've been doing. I've just kept them in containers and growing them like this. But we are not talking about fig today, guys. Today we are going to talk about the Annonas. Yeah, because I have to start moving all of these Annonas in pretty soon into this garage. So I'm gonna have to do the Anona Edition, Annonaceae family with you guys today, like ASAP, because when it starts raining, it's gonna be pretty difficult for me to move all of these pots in. So we're gonna have to review the Annonaceae with you guys today. Oh man, that bird is really screaming. All right, guys, we're gonna start from over on this side first. All right, so over here, this is a red custard apple right here, guys. That one is already in the ground. That is my red custard apple, also known as Anona reticulata. And these are all seedlings that I have. Over here, this guy is Rollinia deliciosa, also known as Anona mucosa. Now you will notice that most of the trees that I've collected so far are grown from seed in the Anona family. I haven't really started collecting a lot of the rare and superior or any of the hybrids Annonas yet, because of the fact that I am not very good at growing Annonas yet, guys. I am extremely bad at growing Annona. That is why I have not really been collecting them yet. I want to basically master growing the Annonas first before I start truly going into collecting a lot of these Annonas. But this guy right here, this guy is a hybrid right here, guys. This is known as the Page Atamoya. This is a cross between the Cherimoya and a sugar apple, Annona mucosa. So this is the Page Atamoya. Now this one is definitely a winner right here. This one is it tastes a lot like a sugar apple. It tastes exactly actually like a sugar apple. But the difference, the big difference between this one and a regular sugar apple is that this one does not have that many seeds like this regular sugar apple. And it also has I don't know if you guys have eaten the sugar apple, but when you're eating it near the skin, it tends to be a lot grainy and sandy. So that is something that I do not like. But this guy right here takes that all out. It doesn't have a lot of seed. It doesn't have a lot of sandiness or graininess. So this one is definitely a winner in my book. Yeah, this is the Page Atamoya right here, guys. I'm probably gonna end up stop growing sugar apple because of this variety right here. This is such a good and superior variety that it makes the sugar apple like it's like non-existent almost. And then over here, this was sold to me as a sweet green Atamoya, but last year I got I didn't protect it very well. So this was the graft right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, right there, that was supposed to be the graft, but during the winter this part died off. So the sweet green right here, which was grafted, it died off. So basically what I have now is just a rootstock. So this is probably like just a Cherimoya rootstock. Probably gonna start grafting something onto it, but as for now it's just, you know, a regular rootstock. I can't call it a sweet green Atamoya anymore. Not Annona, but just thought I'd give you guys a little update on our Thai jujube. It's getting a little bit bigger, but yeah, as you can see, I've started trimming all of the other little fruitlets, and I left most of the ones that are near the bigger branch so that it can hold on to the fruit. And over here, this guy is known as Anona purpurae. This is also known as Sunkoya. This is I grew this from seed, guys. It's been 2 years now, and more than likely I'm never going to be able to taste this fruit. It's just something that is kind of like a hobby of mine, just to grow it out. Every year I have to bring it inside this garage, but it's kind of fun to grow them, even though I know that I'm never going to be able to taste this fruit because it is ultra tropical. It will lose its leaf every year. It does this. It's gonna lose all of its leaf, but then come springtime it's gonna start sprouting out again. Over here, this one's just another Annona reticulata, red custard apple. And this one that I'm about to show you guys, this is my pride and joy right here, guys. This one is known as the Cherilata. a guy by the name of John Painter came up with this hybrid. This is a cross between a cherimoya and a custard apple, Anona reticulata. As you can see, I topped it off right here so it can kind of branch out a little bit more. I'm hoping it can push out more growth so that I can get some scion from this for next year to graft. And then I don't know if this will be able to pick it up, but this guy right here, this scrawny little twig, is known as the Priestley Atamoya. Yes, you can see it is hideous. It is not doing well, even though I gave it the same fertilizer, same soil for all of my Atamoya. But this one, I'm not sure what's going on with it, but come next year I'm gonna top it off just so that it can start fresh all over again, because this thing is kind of weird looking for me right now. It's kind of like a little twig, and the leaves aren't doing well neither. But this is my Priestley right here. So far I've only had 4 grafted variety, and this is one of them. So I've covered the Page, which is grafted, the John Painter Cherilata, this one is also grafted, the Priestley, and then the last one that is grafted is this guy over here. This is known as Lisa Atamoya. It's very popular. Everyone seems to love this one. I have not been able to taste this one yet. I have not been able to taste the Cherilata. I have not been able to taste the Priestley nor the Lisa. But this is the graft union right here, guys. This is where the Lisa kind of has been grafted on. This is the Lisa. And this is the rootstock. I'm planning to make this tree into like a cocktail Atamoya tree. So far I've grafted a Page scion right over here. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up, but this is the graft right here. So that is the Page right over here. And then I did graft a Priestley on here from last year as well, but it did took at first, but then somehow it kind of died off, and then yeah, not sure what happened there. But next year this spot is going to be, I'm hoping I can turn this spot into the Cherilata, and then maybe the Priestley can stay over here. I'm gonna make it into a cocktail tree, guys. I'm hoping, at least that's the goal. All right, moving on. This guy right over here is known as Anona muricata, also known as the soursop, guys. As you can see, I have started stringing a lot of Christmas light around it to keep it warm. I'm probably gonna build like a little frame around this too, and then cover it, because it will need covering by Friday night. That's when it's gonna start dropping down to the low 30s. Yep. And then my last Anona that I want to cover with you guys today is this guy right over here. This is the Anona squamosa, also known to many as the sugar apple. Now I only have one tree. This was grown off by seed, guys, but more than likely I will not be growing any more Anona squamosa sugar apple, because like I said, after you get a taste off of that Page Atamoya, you're never gonna want to eat another sugar apple again. That thing is like a winner. So I'm just gonna focus all of my attention into grafting and getting more of those page atamoya out instead of growing these sugar apple, which is, to me right now, it's kind of like inferior compared to the page atamoya. And yeah, that basically completes it, guys. That is my whole Annonaceae family collection. Probably gonna add a little bonus for you guys. And yeah, we're gonna start going over some of the newer additions that I'm adding onto my food forest. So over here, I don't know if you guys recognize this tree or not, but this is known as the Cattley guava. This was my very first tree that I put on the ground in this on this property. So this is the Cattley right here. Now this tree got damaged over the summer, and it was totally my fault. It was fruiting like everywhere, and I got really greedy. I left every single fruit on this tree. I wanted to eat all of them, but I ended up exhausting the tree. I was supposed to trim it, you know, take off some of the fruitlet and only let some of them fruit, but I didn't do that. So it exhausted the tree, and it almost ended up killing it. Now it's here under this nice pine tree. It is trying to push out new growth. I don't know if you can see that, but it is pushing out new growth, so that is a good sign. It's gonna be okay now. But yeah, this is the yellow Cattley guava, guys. And the new addition that I'm adding on is this guy right here. This is a very beautiful looking tree as well. It looks very similar to the yellow. Very similar leaves, but it is not the same. This is known as the strawberry guava. So it's basically, it looks the same. The only difference is that it has a red color. So this is the strawberry guava, also in the Cattley. I heard that it's supposed to be, it tastes different though from the yellow one. So that's the first one that we're going to be adding on for this update. Moving on over here, this is another addition that I'm adding on. Very unique, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a little moment here to look at the leaf pattern and try to figure out what type of tree this is. This is not a fruit tree, guys, but it is edible. Gonna give you guys some more time to try to figure out what type of tree this is. So this, guys, is known as the true cinnamon tree, also known as the Ceylon cinnamon. This is where people actually harvest the bark and make cinnamon out of. Like, this is the true cinnamon. Some people will actually use this similar to bay leaf for cooking as well. So even though I can't collect the bark yet, you can still use you know, the leaves for cooking. So that's my second addition for this update. And then last but not least, okay, this is a very special tree right here, guys. Now this particular tree was given to me as a camu, okay? However, when I got home, I started noticing something very unique about this tree. If you look at it, I don't know if it's gonna pick up, but it has thorns on it, guys. And camu is basically in the Misiera family. They are known as Misiera dubia. So in the Misiera family, I have two Misiera over here. Most of the Misiera will not have thorns on them, guys. So this is Misiera glazoviana right here. This is known as the yellow jaboticaba. This is Misiera vexator. This is the blue jaboticaba. So most of the Misiera will not have thorns on them. But however, this one that was given to me, it does have thorn on it. So it is definitely not a camu, guys. However, I went on the plant ID app and I took a picture of it and sent it in just to figure out what type of plant this is. And I got really lucky, guys, with this plant, because this plant is actually something that is very unique. Okay, this is known as the flacourtia. When I ID'd it out, a lot of percentage came out as flacourtia. Now, as to what type of species of flacourtia it is, I'm not really sure. It could be Flacourtia indica, it could be Flacourtia jungomus, or Flacourtia arutan. There's a lot of species out there that belongs to this family, and this is the very first tree that I'm gonna have that it belongs to the Flacourtia family. Now, if you're Vietnamese, you probably won't recognize this tree as of yet, but I'm hoping I can put up a fruit of what it should look like, and I think you guys will know what I'm talking about, because I had this when I was a very little kid. It is extremely good. I'm not sure if it's gonna end up being the same species, but it is in Vietnamese we call it, I believe it's called Hồng Quân, or in different region they call it Đào Quân. So extremely excited to grow this variety out. This is the only Flacourtia that I have that was mistaken as a camu, and I can completely understand why the grower accidentally confused it for the camu, because they look totally different, similar to one another. This tree, this seedling right here, she got the fruit from Puerto Rico. So her family over in Puerto Rico has a really nice looking tree in their backyard. She ate it, she loved it, so she brought it back over here to the America, to Orlando, Central Florida. And yeah, she had a couple of extra one that she wanted to share with me, and we're growing it out now. But yeah, that's the Flacourtia, guys. All right, everything's covered up. Yeah.